Jamaica. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Hey, hey. Follow me.
Well, my name is Cruz, and I am the senior pastor at Kahalui Church of the Nazarene on the island of Maui. I was born January 28th, 1975 in the country of the Philippines. When I was about 2 years old, we immigrated and started a new life to Sydney, Australia. When I was about 12 years old, my parents went through a horrible divorce. And the divorce caused my father wanting to pick up and starting a new life. And so he took my older brother and I, and we started a new life in Los Angeles, California, specifically Simi Valley, California. The first group of friends that I rolled into was a group of skater friends because of my stepbrother. He was a skater and got into the skateboarding world. I was the worst skater out of the whole bunch, but loved it. When I got into my high school years, I did that typical teenage rebellion. I always got good grades, but I partied a lot. I just lived that party lifestyle every other weekend. The friends that I had and we would just search for the next party, and just got drunk a lot, dabbled in marijuana a little bit, but it was mainly alcohol and just that party lifestyle. Well, my best friend became a Christian in high school. This was in the beginning of our senior year. He got invited by this girl he was chasing after to a youth group event, and he came back a Christian and changed his life around. And it was at that point where my best friend and I, we stopped partying together. It was frustrating, and I remember he would constantly invite me to this church, this youth group, and it wasn't until he told me that there were a lot of good-looking girls at this youth group. And I know it's very shallow, I know, but it did get me into the door of this church youth group. So I went for a few meetings, and it wasn't until the youth pastor invited me to a Christian camp. He was describing how fun it would be, and up in the snow in Lake Arrowhead, California. And so I went to a winter camp. And so it was February 2nd, 1992. I don't know how the Holy Spirit was working exactly. Maybe it was through the speaker or through the love of the people that were at the camp. But all I remember was I went down to the altar, and I really truly needed what that speaker was talking about, and that was Jesus Christ. From then on, I was all set, ready to study film. I wanted to be a movie director, but as I was going to college, at the same time I was working with the youth group as now a counselor, a helper. And it was at that time I truly fell in love with working with teenagers. And I also discovered that God has given me a gift in working with teenagers. And so I knew I had to get smarter in the Word. And so the Lord opened up doors for me to attend Point Loma Nazarene University. From Point Loma, I was blessed with an amazing life partner, my wife. I did ministry as a youth pastor in Lake Arrowhead, California. Also, I did ministry as a youth pastor worship leader in Thousand Oaks, California. And the Lord moved my wife and I to start a new endeavor in our life, and we moved from California to Kaneohe on Oahu. And I was a youth pastor worship leader at Kaneohe Church of the Nazarene for 6 years. And so now I've been here for 1 year at Kahalui Church of the Nazarene as the senior pastor, and it's been an amazing journey here on Maui. So why exactly Jesus? Well, what opened the door for me was the church that I became a Christian at. It just clicked in my mind that there must be a loving God because of the love of the people that was expressed towards me. So that was the open door. I just saw a supernatural love in these people, in this church family at this church called Simi Covenant Church. And so as I was growing in my faith, I had many questions. Why Jesus? Why Christianity? Why God? I'm all sold on the reasoning that of intelligent design. When I look around in this world, you just see that there is intelligent design. When you conclude that, there's just indication that there must be an intelligent designer, and so there must be a intelligent God who created an intelligent design. Something cannot come from nothing, and so there must have been a starting point. And so I just believe that that starting point is God. And you know, I just cannot believe in the idea of chance, that everything around us, the whole universe, came into being by chance. That something so purposeful could not have just been randomly started. Where faith comes in now is the Bible communicates that God created everything. And so if He created everything, therefore He created time, He created space, and He created matter. So if you would get a big whiteboard and you would get a marker and you would just draw one small little line in the middle of the whiteboard, that would represent time, space, and matter. Sometimes we try to put Him in that one little line, time, space, and matter, but He created time, space, and matter. Therefore He's outside of time, and obviously He's inside of time. He's just that big. And so that understanding of God is the reason why I have faith in God. But also, why Jesus? Because I've just seen Jesus, God, work in my life. He heightens my conscience. Just kind of like when you put nitrous oxide in a car and you press that button and it's just an explosion of power. Same thing with the Holy Spirit and God and Jesus in my life. I experience Jesus by the things that I want to do and the things that I do, that I'm just guided by this power called the Holy Spirit. It's like nitrous boosts to your conscience. He just guides me and heightens my senses to do the things that He considers holy. So it's from reasoning, having faith, and just experiencing Jesus in my life, experiencing miracles, and also hearing the testimonies of other Christians, really down-to-earth Christians that tell me and they testify to me that they've experienced God in their life as well. I also, believe in Christianity is so solid because of just all the archaeological facts, all the digs with archaeology has just supported the Bible and has never disproved the Bible. Whenever it talks about times and dates and who's ruling the time in the Bible, we just go back to the history books and it just goes hand in hand. There's nothing from history that disproves the Bible. So my name is Tim Cruz, and I believe that there is an amazing God. He is powerful, He is mighty, but yet He is loving, He's merciful, He's the God of grace. His name is Jesus. He lives inside of us, and He is the source of where all love comes from. There is a God, and there is one love.